Gemini. Somebody here is going through a tower moment. Somebody here is definitely going through a tower moment and they're realizing they're the ones that are losing out. The realization of them being the one that is losing out is hitting them like a brick. Like they're getting, it's like getting hit right between the eyes, you know? They're getting hit hard and everything that they believed in, I'm hearing is falling apart. Like the image of themselves is falling apart because this person really thought that their life was going to end up different than the way that it has ended up. This is an ex of yours, definitely. But the realization, it's like this person is sitting in their kitchen, you know, and they're sitting there and they're eating their breakfast and they're looking around and they're realizing that they have created their own cage. Okay? And I'm hearing that this person could very well own their own home. Yes, this person owns their own home and they're realizing that, you know, they have their own cage. They roam in that cage. But it's an empty cage. And what I mean is that it's not that maybe they might have people living there with them. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not coming out that way, but it's coming out more like their life is empty. So even if they have people living there, they're still feeling alone and empty. You know, and they're looking around their place and they're realizing that really the only thing that is missing out of that home is you. And they're realizing that, you know, it's just four walls, it's just wood. It doesn't make it a home. You know, it doesn't make it feel like a home for them. Yes, it's a place that they do feel safe in. Yes, they could sleep and they can eat and they can hang out in there, but it's not like homey, you know. Yeah, they feel safe. They're in their own four walls, but it's not like it's not a warm, inviting place. See, the thing is that when you were there, this person felt like it was inviting. It was comfortable. See, you made it into a home. And that's the difference between having a house and having a home. And this person always said, I'm going home because in their mind, they always thought that they had a home until you left. And then they realized they didn't have a home, they have a house. You know, they have something to live in, but it's not a home, it's not the same feeling. And this person is waking up, they're realizing that they've made a huge mistake. Big mistake. Now this person doesn't, it's like they don't want to fight anymore. You know, not that they want to bend backwards and be like, you know, just bend backwards and just say yes, yes, yes to whatever you want. No, it's not that. But they just don't want to fight over the small things anymore. It's like their perspective has changed. You know, the way that they see things has changed. It's the way that they're seeing things, they're prioritizing things in their mind about what is important and what is not important. And they're realizing that a lot of the arguments that y'all had, a lot of the bickering that y'all had with each other, it wasn't important. None of it was important. It was just nonsense. It was just nonsense. A lot of times, you know, the things that we end up loving a person for end up being the things that we end up getting annoyed about later on down the road, you know? And now it's weird because now it's like this person is looking back and it's like instead of having some kind of feeling of resentment, you know, toward you, it's actually turning into endearment. You know, it's like, oh, remember when we had that argument? Oh, that was so cute. You know, and it's becoming more of that than it is like, oh, well, she or he is stubborn, and you know that Gemini, they're just stubborn. They won't listen, and all of that is washing away. And you know what? This is something that this person was not expecting. This turn of events is something that this person did not see coming. You know, they just did not realize that they themselves was going to be the one that was going to have a change of heart. They are completely got sidekicked by this. Okay, they just this came out of their blind spot. You know, and they're sitting there and they're like, what do they do now? You know, what do they do now? Can they talk to you? Will you even listen to them? You know, it's like they're wondering, wh- what is it? You know, what do they need to do, you know? Now you on the other hand, who you seem to be making the right choices. You seem to have healed already. And it looks like you are following more in a spiritual path where you're more about filling in your destiny. You know, you're looking for your destiny and you're looking for the right path for yourself. You're more about growth now. So you have changed quite a bit since this person has known you. You've grown since this person has known you. Like, since y'all haven't talked or seen each other, you've done a lot of growing as a person. And it looks like you have really invested your time and energy into growing something, possibly, maybe starting your own business or starting something where you're going to be more independent, you know. Um Maybe even creating some kind of generational wealth for yourself, or you've accumulated something for yourself, okay? This could be spiritual wealth or this could be physical wealth, but I'm seeing it more of, actually, to tell you the truth, physical wealth and spiritual wealth too, but more of physical wealth, okay? So you seem to be in this process of deeply thinking and working on things. So you've been actively working on yourself where this person hasn't. And it looks like, for you, you saw it as you don't want to fight anymore with this person. You realized that there was no more, there was like no more magic between the two of you. Like, this person totally killed it. See? They totally killed it. I don't know if you could see it. Like, they totally killed the magic. That's how it's coming out. At least that's how it looks, especially with this coming out. So it's like, they killed it. And I'm hearing like you are constantly forgiving this person, that you forgave them and forgave them and forgave them until it's like they killed all the forgiveness out of you. Y'all are both going on two totally different paths. Where this person is looking back at this time in their life, like, it was exciting. Arguing with you was exciting. It was a form of communication, you know, and that's how they're looking at it now. Not at the time. At the time, you were, ugh, But now they're looking back and they're realizing that that was a form of communicating between the two of you. And it's like they're starting to realize that, like, all those times that y'all argued, that that was your way of fighting for them. You were fighting for them. Yes, you were wanting them to change, make some changes, but that was your way of fighting for them. And they're finally like realizing that all they had to do was just, it was the little things, like, just put the seat down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like small things. Just to go ahead and put the cups in the sink. I'm talking about small things. They're realizing that they should have just did the small things. Those small things didn't have to be big things, and they're realizing that they made it into big things, and they shouldn't have been big things. This person's feeling really sorry. But it seems like y'all are in two totally different paths now. And this person is like looking at the whole situation like it's too far gone. They've lost you. You're out there living your best life now without them. They're not part of it, you know? And they're realizing their mistakes one time, one day at a time, one time. They're realizing it like this time when this happened, and it's not something that just like it's been a slow progress. Okay, it's been something that's been slow. It's like, oh, I remember when this happened, and then another memory would hit them a day later or 2 days later. So it's been like something that's been building up, and then all of a sudden, boom, it hit them. It's hitting them. They're the reason why everything happened. They're realizing it, and now they don't know what to do because they know they've destroyed it. Y'all had something really beautiful, and they know that they destroyed it. They messed it up. Now this person is thinking, and they're like, they missed your birthday. This is another birthday that they missed out on, and they're remembering the birthdays that you know they were with you, and they really didn't put a lot of effort into it. They're realizing that they didn't. They could have done more, but they didn't. They didn't plan things out. They didn't put the effort in it. Why? Because they were always making excuses. You know, but at the end of the day, the truth is that this person still has this love for you here, and they still feel like they have a lot to give to you. They still have that feeling like when y'all first met kind of energy. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Like when you first met, you know, can we go back to that kind of energy? It's like they want to be exposed here. But your paths are too different. This is one of those situations where, if you've ever heard of this, where they say you can never go back home, you know, that's what it is. This has been it's so broken now that even if y'all come to like an even ground, or y'all like come together and agree on something, the glass is so shattered that even though you try to like glue it together, it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be what it could have been. Does that make any sense? Like it's never going to be the same. But this person feels like they have it in them to put the work into it that could make it better and stronger. Like a broken glass, and then you take some paint and paint over it, and then just make it your own canvas. Kind of like that kind of thing. So they feel like they could fix it. It's like this person figures it won't be what it could be, right? But it'll just be something else. But at least you'll be back in their life, right? That's how they're seeing it. Now, this person does want to put some work into this, where in the past it looks like this person didn't. Something happened in the past where they lost passion. Something happened where this person lost the passion and well, what is the word? Like they lost the drive, to want to do something, the drive to want to like fix this and keep this romance going. They lost it back then, and they're realizing that it had nothing to do with you, but it had something more to do with the people that was around y'all. Like they're realizing that they were in bad company. you know for one of you, it has something to do with the people that they were working around. Okay, so people who this person was working around had a big influence on their attitude. Now this could mean like, they were having problems at work and they were bringing their problems home and taking it out on you, kind of situation. Okay, Or this could be a specific person at work who was like, oh well, my wife, my husband does this and that, or my spouse does this for me. What does your spouse do for you? So it could have been a troublemaker as well. Okay, a specific troublemaker. And let me tell you, they're everywhere. I don't know what it is with people. They just love to get into other people's business and tell them, oh, they should do this and you should do that and blah, blah, blah. Giving opinions when nobody even asked them for their opinion. They're everywhere. Okay. So this could be one or the other, right? The thing is that this person is on the fence right now. You know, it's like their ego is still attached to them. They haven't lost their ego yet. And that's the thing Spirit wants you to know, because this person is going to come and they're going to tell you a lot of the things I just said, and a part of it's going to melt your heart. But just know that this person is still on the fence and they have not let go of their ego. They have to let go of their ego. If they don't let go of their ego, it's not going to work out. And the only way to know if this person has let go of their ego is when they approach you. And they should have something in their hand, because it looks like they will. There's a gift or something that they want to give to you. That's when you'll know that this person has let go of their ego. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to split the cards really quickly for you. And let's see what comes out. I'm going to give you an angel number. Here it is. It says your mind. Oh, number 27. It says your mind is wide open and you are tolerant and compassionate toward all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. I am expressive. So apparently this is, I'm guessing, some kind of confirmation. Okay, so if this rings a bell for you, I feel like this is a confirmation for you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this. I hope this helps you out knowing Gemini. Okay, this is what's going on around you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all take care, guys. Bye bye.